Welcome back to the Black Hills Boys podcast. This is season 2, episode 7. We're happy to be back. Shay, how you doing? Josh, how you doing?
I'm doing good. Like I told you, weather here is about perfect now. So hopefully it sticks to the high 60s, low 70s.
I'm up here going through the elements.
I know.
It's
I was
cold
just
as
there.
fuck outside, dude.
It's what?
It's cold as fuck outside right now.
Yeah, dude. I was just there last weekend and it was real windy in all South Dakota, but wasn't too chilly. Walking around looking for some pheasants.
Did you shoot any?
Yeah, I shot a few, but let me tell you, Saturday, the wind was howling.
Saturday was freaking miserable.
So we had a group of like 12, and I bet as a whole, the group shot under 5%, like maybe like 2%.
Did you shoot a limit?
No. We saw enough birds to shoot 5 limits, like if you hit the ones we shot at.
Oh, wait. Saturday wasn't the cold day. It was Sunday.
See, we never got very cold.
We had rain and it was cold.
Yeah, no, it was just really windy.
It was freaking miserable.
The birds would get up and just fly.
Oh, yeah.
But no, Sunday was a little – Friday, we didn't see that many birds because we just hunted around like the government stuff. But then Saturday, we got on some pretty good private, and we scared more than what we killed.
Fair. Well, that's good for the birds, though.
Yeah. Bird numbers look good.
Bird numbers are very good.
And Michelle says go Lions.
I don't know Michelle, but thank you, Michelle. Sounds like a very sweet lady.
Josh, you know Aunt Michelle. That's who we stayed at in Howell.
Oh,
Randy
yes.
Michelle.
I was sitting here trying to think. I was like,
didn't you get in a fight in her garage or something like that?
Allegedly.
I think that was Ben and someone else. Pretty sure. So,
Josh, where were you hunting out of Shade Hill?
Yeah, so we stayed, like my dad had a bunch of college buddies come back. So we stayed at the cabin and then hunted right around the cabin there Friday, and then went and got on some private stuff over east of town, and Sunday just kind of hit up some other stuff around there. So yeah.
Nice, Josh.
Bubble Shade Hill.
Did you shoot out of a sunroof?
Nope. Did you
blow a gun up?
Did not blow a gun up. I'm trying to think of I don't think anything too sketchy actually went on, But the boys got them older boys got a little wild in the evenings. My dad's friends still like to have a little fun, so.
I love hunting season, but I hate it because, man, you could honestly consider me an alcoholic at this time of the year. It's bad.
But I think anyone that listens to this show, this program, thinks you're probably an alcoholic.
Yeah, but hey, Ella's taking college classes, so that basically makes you a student. And I always said you're not an alcoholic as long as you're still in school and you're married with someone in school.
That's a great point, Josh. Thank you.
You're fine.
Thank you.
Now, Dave and I drank like you. We would.
Well, you guys aren't of age anymore.
No, we're adults.
I saw you do it once, Josh, and I don't want to see you do it again.
I don't want to do it anymore either. So how's the old hunting season been going for you, Shay?
Really busy.
Yeah. How's the pup doing?
He's doing really good. Yeah, put him in his kennel. He's got too much energy right now.
That'll happen.
He's been doing really good. He has one bad habit, and his only bad habit is if he doesn't get a bird, whoever shot at the bird, he has to go pick up their shell and bring it back to me.
If they miss,
yeah. It's not a terrible habit, I guess, but
that's pretty funny though, because then you can just keep those and like hand them to the guys at the end and be like, "Hey, you suck."
I literally have pocketfuls.
Yeah.
Because if he just brings it back to me and I drop it, he won't let me walk away without me having it. So I get down at the end of the day, my vest is just full of shotgun shells.
Yeah. See, that's, the one thing about having the dog as well. I've never heard that, but usually you get to carry all the birds. So
Yeah, I usually miss quite a few.
My dad would always like, no, take it to like start pointing. Like, no, I don't
Yeah.
want another one. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's awesome.
Last week we had a group from Oregon in. They couldn't shoot worth a dick.
I bet you have some bad shots that show up.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
The first group we had was from Atlanta, and they were okay.
yeah.
And then this week we have a group coming in from Kansas City, I think, somewhere down there.
Yeah, with my dad's work, he would have guys from like the East Coast or a guy from New Zealand would come, and the only time they shoot a shotgun is
Right.
that one weekend.
Yeah.
And that was always kind of interesting. I'm not a good shot, so I don't have a whole lot of room to, but
You meet a lot of interesting people, I'll say that.
I'm sure you do. Yeah.
But yeah. David, how's the school going?
Still there.
It didn't burn down after our leader got voted back in yesterday?
No, I don't think so. It's still there.
He just told me there's another hurricane down there.
Yeah, this one's like hitting Cuba right now, but it's going. It won't like hit us. We'll just get the rain. The outer bands.
You guys need the rain.
I don't know if we do.
I heard things are drying up down there.
I don't know if they are.
What are you watching right now?
The Red Wings.
Oh,
No, it's mom and dad came last weekend, dropped their dogs off. They're going on a cruise. So
are
I'm
you
watching
serious?
watching the pups, yeah.
Mark has such an easy life nowadays,
Yeah,
man.
dude. Those two just live the life.
Yeah. So
That could be us, boys. Could be
won't
us.
we polished off another bottle of bourbon while dad was here, even though we said we weren't going to do that.
Hell yeah.
Hey, how do you feel in like the morning after bourbon?
Zero repercussions, zero side effects. I mean,
It's
it's
a problem
should
for you.
be illegal.
You need something to like hurt a little bit.
Yeah, I need to know I did something bad.
Yeah. No, that I see. I've been wondering. I was like, man, he drinks bourbon like a decent amount when he does it, and I just assumed there was a hangover. But
No side effects, huh?
Now
No,
I see why you drink it.
I think the only beers I've had for like the last 4 months is probably when I was with you guys, and then when I went with my parents to Gainesville at the game. But other than that, I'm pretty much strictly bourbon.
You're all grown up, man.
I'm not
Mature.
man. I'm not man enough to do that.
I like it, man. You find one that you really like. Like I got this basil.
Basil. Yeah, I've heard basil like 37 times from you.
I got this one of the 10 years though.
Yeah, 10. Ooh.
Wow.
So that one's good.
To be honest, Shay and I, we never even touch anything that's less than 27 years
No,
old.
I like Fireball.
Of course you do, bro.
I love Fireball.
Yeah, I had a little fireball over the weekend. That's bad news. Bad news, Bears there.
I did too. I had a lot of Fireball though.
Yeah, those boys threw the lid. They just spun it off.
We did too.
Yeah.
It was really fun. I do want to tell the people a score to a fantasy game from last week.
Yeah, this is important.
Team
this
Connet,
is-
Dave's bitch, 172.9. I is Daddy, who is Dave Christensen, 50.9.
Listen, a lot of people said I wasn't going to break 50 that week. I'd like to shout out Rashad White. Kind of had a fantastic performance on Monday Night Football. Put me in position to break 50 points.
Fantastic performance. He had 19 yards and a touchdown.
Yeah, honestly, that's all I needed to really plummet me to success. I do believe he was my leading scorer.
By a ways.
I believe my quarterback scored 4.3.
4.6.
Okay. So, there's a lot of room for improvement. I'm never going to hang my head after a loss.
You should. You really should.
I was thinking maybe some Cowboys fans should hang their heads after.
Oh, the heads are low in that case. Now, I'm going to chime in here real quick. Okay. One, Shay, you were 172 something?
172.9.
Yeah, so I was 175 something. Okay. So for all the listeners who listen to these guys say, "Oh, I know nothing about football. I don't even watch it." That kind of stuff.
You don't.
Josh, fantasy football is purely luck.
I'm the best fantasy football player in this group. Okay.
I scored
No.
172.
I
I want everyone to know this too. So Dave barely broke 50 in that league, the so-called expert. This is the other league that he's in with me. 65.26.
Listen, a lot of people are saying I wasn't going to break 55 in that league. So listen, my teams are very similar. Very
That's because
similar.
Joe Mixon went off for 16 points.
My teams are so
Otherwise-
similar. Listen,
Dude, that's so bad.
yeah, it's
Do you have
not good.
Do you have Marvin Harrison Jr. in both leagues?
No, but if I were to take my fantasy losses over the Detroit Lions losing, I'll do that any day.
That's a good
You know,
point. That's a great
So,
point.
Josh, enjoy your 175. I don't know if the Cowboys will score 175 points the rest of the season.
The who?
The Dallas Cowgirls.
I'm not real familiar with them.
Oh, you're not a fan anymore?
Never said that.
You don't know who they are?
I-
So you're not a fan? Josh, let's talk about that really quick.
Let's
You know,
get into that, Josh.
I'm
The
going through-
trade deadline was, yesterday. A lot of people, it was election day. I woke up bricked up just because it was trade deadline. I was excited. And me and Shay probably exchanged 50 to 100 texts in the morning. The Cowboys did one of the craziest things I've seen in a long time.
They went all in.
Jerry went all in. I don't know that they got the right guy, but they traded, I think, a 4th-round pick
Yep.
for a 4th-string wide receiver out of Carolina who is dog shit.
Over the last 3
Well-
years, he has or 3 weeks, he has 1 reception for 11 yards.
Yep. So
They're all in.
No, let me tell you. So absolutely what we needed. Okay.
Garrett Boner says Jones family sell a team or Jerry stepped down for Steven.
Honestly, just let Josh take over.
Yeah,
Josh,
Josh is
running,
doing good.
I'm running my fantasy football teams very well right
You
now.
are. You think Jerry would see that? You think his brother would tell him about that?
I'm gonna send it? Yeah, we talked to his brother.
Talk to his brother.
But
I'll leak the clip to Dallas. Josh will never get that job.
yeah, that's probably true. But just what we needed was the 4th-string quarterback on the worst team in the NFL.
4th-string wide receiver.
Wide receiver.
Did I say quarterback? Sorry. We need that too. We need the 4th-string quarterback probably off their team too. But yeah, we got a 23-year-old 2nd-round draft pick. Big, there's potential there 3 years ago. Hasn't quite shown it. But we got that in the 7th-round pick. So I think like Brock Purdy was a 7th-round pick. So maybe that's what we're looking for. But yeah, especially making a trade for a wide receiver the week that Dak goes down. Getting rid of the
let's talk about that, Josh.
Yeah, so basically, instead of just calling it, keeping a 4th-round draft pick, we're going to get a guy we'll cut probably in a year and a 7th-rounder. Dak is out for however long. Now, what?
I heard that's bad. He's got to go get a second opinion or something.
Yeah, he's going to get a second opinion. The way I'm looking at this, could we throw the red rocket out there and win some games? Absolutely. But what does that accomplish? We know what the red rocket does. He's a winner. Okay. But we're never going to play him over Dak. We've proven that. Okay. He's limited there. Let him cook. Let's see what he's got.
Say that.
Let him go.
You have nothing to lose right now. Literally nothing.
No,
I mean, your season's over.
Throw him out there. Let him see what happens. Let's just see what happens. Zeke not getting to go because of behavior stuff is baffling.
Cut him.
I thought we picked him up because he was going to be a professional. Like he's supposed to be a leader. And
didn't he skip a bunch of meetings and practice or some shit?
He's been late to stuff. He's probably been at the buffet. I don't know.
He's probably the one that took your wallet.
Probably. Honestly, I was going to ask him, but probably. I don't know. the Cowboys are in shambles. I love DeMarcus Lawrence, but I think unfortunately he wasn't healthy up to the trade deadline. But I think that would have been a good trade. Yeah, I'm honestly at this point we could trade Diggs. I don't know. I think, gosh, it's hard being a Cowboys fan because when
Diggs has kind of been ass this year, hasn't he?
yeah, he hasn't done a whole lot, but they've just been so bad across the board that it's pretty hard to, I don't know. Bland, yeah, they're just bad. But Derrick Henry, he looks good, but he probably wouldn't have been able to rush for any yards behind, like for the Cowboys, like Jerry said. But
I just don't understand why they didn't attempt to get a running back.
Because Zeke was out there, and he's just
no. I mean through a trade.
Oh, because I don't know. So they go get a. Is he the fourth stringer? Like, is that what he is?
Who?
Like on the Panthers?
Oh yeah.
So they go get him, but they don't get anybody else.
No.
We didn't go get a pass rusher because we're on like fifth stringers there. We didn't get a running back. Gosh. Yeah. Anyways, the Cowboys are awful. At this point, tank for Genty. And honestly, I don't even think they have to try. But I don't know. They might be so bad that they get someone better than him at a different position. I don't know. Maybe a right tackle.
You need a lot. Didn't you just take a right tackle in the draft last year?
Took a left tackle.
The crazy thing is that used to be the last 5 to 10 years. That was Dallas's strength. Was their offensive line was always so good.
So Steele on the right side, he played very well. Signed him, extended him, and he's been trashed the last 2 years. Now they've got a young line.
Steele? I don't even know.
Terrence Steele.
Never heard of
him. He had a good year, then he's been trash. The two rookies aren't looking terrible. Zach Martin, he's retiring.
I heard that guy. I saw a deal on Twitter. I think they ranked all like the rookies from 1 to 32, like their first round draft picks, and Guyton was 32.
Probably.
You want to know who 31 was, Dave?
Who?
Terrion Arnold.
Really? Because I just saw a PFF chart today that him and Pat Surtain are some of the best corners in man-to-man coverage so far 8 weeks through the season.
I think Terrion Arnold was so low because he leads the league in pass interferences.
But he hasn't had a penalty since week 5.
Yes, you're correct.
So he was on his way to setting a record for sure.
He did have a boatload to start the year, but he's adjusted very well.
He has gotten better, I would say.
Yes.
With the Guyton thing, he hasn't been that bad. Their offensive line is just terrible. So, I don't know.
But Dalvin Cook's activated now, so you do have that in your back pocket as well. Another running back that's way past his prime.
You can't tell me there wouldn't be one running back that could have been traded. I know Herbert got traded. He would have helped. But, you can't tell me there wasn't one running back he could have got for a 4th-round pick that would have elevated that roster.
Right.
Bring Emmitt Smith back. He would be better. I'm a broken
Dude,
thing.
You know what you need in Dallas? Craig Reynolds.
You do need Craig Reynolds.
No, he'd be a starter for us.
Brother's in prison.
His brother is in prison. Dave, did you see on Instagram that all a bunch of the Lions players were at the Pistons game?
Yeah, they did the after the game interview, and Kirby Joseph ended up getting a mic.
Did there's a deal on Instagram that the Pistons tweeted. It was a picture of all the Lions guys that were there, and Jameson Williams was there. And I commented it in all capital letters, send J-Mo home and tell him not to leave.
Yeah.
It had 50 likes on it.
sometimes I'll be scrolling Twitter and I'll just see some stuff you say on there, and I think maybe you need to invest in a burner account. But you also have pretty good job stability, so maybe just be you, dude.
I don't believe in burner accounts.
I could tell.
I had a
All
pretty
right,
good
so
one today.
let's talk about the Lions instead of the Cowboys or Shay's tweets, one or the other. I'm done with the Cowboys.
Yeah, you want to talk about this guy? I mean,
Yeah, you did.
this guy has been absolutely phenomenal. You want to talk about this guy? I mean, this guy is defensive player of the year potential. Or you want to talk about this guy?
Hey, so how did he do that?
Very simple, Josh. Somersault.
Yeah, that's simple.
Listen, dude.
I when he did that, I was like, what the hell did he just do?
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense. I gotta get some of that boom boom. I've been going to order it.
Josh, I want to hear before going to Lions stuff. I want to hear what your outlook is on the season. If expectations are where they were, right? I know kind of at the beginning of the year you were kind of low. I feel like you kind of got back excited maybe by week 1, 2. You still knew you were missing a few pieces, but essentially you had that same team returning outside of having running back help. You still have some dogs on the team, and they have struggled. Is McCarthy gone for one? What's your optimism on the season? Do you hope you lose out? And when did you know you were going to be rooting for the Detroit Lions the rest of the season?
Well, so I've explained to you. I will always support the Lions for you boys because your mental health means a lot to me, and I know when they're down, you're down.
You can't this guy, buddy.
So, Cowboys. Let's start there. Yeah, I didn't have a whole lot of expectations starting the year, and then they started kind of looking all right. But then when Dak started just throwing interceptions like 2 a game, Parsons went down, Lawrence went down, Sam Williams went down. Now Dak's down. Pretty much what I'm hoping for is that we don't lose by 40 again. Okay. Top 10 draft pick. What do you think Genty's going to be? What number?
Top 15.
So a 15, if he's at 15, because wherever it is that we need to get him. Okay. But I don't want to lose every game the rest of the year. That just,
You play the Giants twice. That should
well,
be
I would love to beat the Eagles. There he is. That's the man. Right there. That son of a bitch. Yeah, so I would love to beat the Eagles at least once, beat the Giants, Commanders. I don't know if we can
Josh,
beat them, but
do you really think you can beat the Eagles?
I put 1250 on it.
Look at this. Do you really think you can beat the Eagles?
Tell me you guys weren't doing that back in the day. If it wasn't illegal to hurdle people, we would have been doing that too.
So finish this. So expectations the rest of the year.
Terrible.
Number one.
Zero.
You want to lose? You want to lose out, or you want to win a couple games? Last I looked, you still have a 7% chance to make the playoffs. 7.
And what do we do with that? You either win the Super Bowl or you get a high draft pick.
You got to make playoffs to win the Super Bowl.
That's my point. So, but if we're not good enough to win the Super Bowl, so we might as well get a high draft pick.
So you're in tank mode?
You've given up on the season.
I gave up on the season.
2024/2025 is not the Dallas Cowboys season.
I gave up on the season
Oh.
to myself. Like I didn't tell anyone, but after the Dallas trip, that really proved to me that we weren't what we thought we were.
They played the Falcons tight, didn't they?
Now let's revisit this. 2 years ago, do you think
Lost
Taylor
to the
Decker reported?
No, he did not report.
Okay. So this doesn't mean reported.
Not when all 3 of them do it.
All right. So you're taking the rest of the year. Draft, you want Genty. You think first round running back, even with that line as a
Here's what I'm going to say. If Genty's there and there isn't a absolute
top five.
Top 5? We can't take Genty. I don't believe in taking a running back that early.
Top 8.
Would you rather have Genty or Travis Hunter?
Genty.
Genty or Shadir Sanders?
Genty.
Genty or Kendra Williams, the running back from Iowa, who's just as good as Ashton Genty.
So just as good or like better? Here's what I'm gonna say. If we're top five, I want to trade out of the top five.
Opponents.
If we're
Who's
top
the
five,
best?
I want.
Who's the best lineman in this draft class? Do we know that? I haven't really researched too much.
They could get an absolute dog at line and have.
Or are you in rebuild mode, or are you just draft 4 players and be in contention next year?
We can't rebuild because you can't rebuild with a $60 million quarterback.
Trade him.
You have to win with him.
Who's going to take that contract?
Yeah, no.
For that guy.
Yeah. Las Vegas?
That might go down as one of the worst contracts ever.
We'll see. We'll see. He did this 2 years ago where he had a terrible season, and last year was almost MVP.
But can you pay Micah Parsons now that you've paid CD and him?
Yeah, we're gonna cut a couple people. Parsons.
Who are you going to cut for that much money?
Whoa! Don't yell, dude. Like, just.
You got a good point.
Yeah.
Who are you going to cut for that much money?
I'm assuming Marcus Lawrence is gonna have to restructure. Dak and CD will restructure. We're going to cut Terrence Steele. That'll be, is it June 1st? That's going to be one of those. We've got a little cap space there. So then we'll sign Micah. But honestly, at this point, if we rebuild, I don't know. I don't know how you rebuild with a $60 million quarterback.
I just don't know how you
starts with a low paid quarterback.
But where you're at right now, I just don't see you being able to orchestrate enough moves to be successful outside of just demolishing your entire roster, because there's so many holes: offensive line, defensive line, running back for sure, but that can be easy fix. Like, there's going to be a lot of free agents after this year.
That's where, like, the Genty thing, like, he would be awesome to get, but also, like, I'd be okay with not taking him, getting a lineman, picking up a running back, a vet, get him on a lower deal, going and getting
a vet. Like you're saying, pick up a vet at running back?
Yeah.
They've done that. They picked up Zeke.
Shut up.
I'm just saying. You want to pick up a vet.
Dalvin Cook? You got Dalvin Cook, man.
Listen, and vets know how to orchestrate themselves to, in facilities, make it to meetings on time.
Yep.
They don't get.
They're gonna lead, he's gonna lead by example. This veteran you're gonna sign.
But maybe a guy that's already been with the organization like 10 years ago that was really good out of Ohio State, and then I don't know,
just turned into a piece of shit.
I don't want to rebuild. I want to win next year.
But I just don't know. You think you can honestly add, say, 5 pieces and be able to be in contention for a Super Bowl?
If Martin stays, we go get one lineman, we go get a safety. Okay, you with me here? Running back, one wide receiver.
You just got your wide receiver for a 4th-round pick.
Oh yeah, we're set there. I forgot. I keep forgetting that we were gifted that basically. That's
I'll
basically
trade you Brandon Joseph for CeeDee Lamb.
I'll trade you Iffy Melifonwu for Ladarius, and Micah Parsons.
Can we talk about the Lions?
Hold on. Who are your top 5 teams in the NFL right now? Number 5. Or start 1. That's probably easiest for you, huh?
I'm gonna give you some without a specific order.
No, I want ordered. Top 5 ordered.
Okay. So
let me answer this first. Boner asked if we play Dynasty Football Fantasy League. We started one last year, Garrett, on Sleeper, and we haven't really followed through with it too much. But I think it would be fun if you had a group of guys and you actually. I think Josh won it last year.
I won it and didn't get paid shit. Dave owes me money still. I paid for him last year and this year.
My team's pretty unbelievable. I know I have Gibbs, Bajeen. Let me look at this real quick while Josh is thinking about his top 5.
I'm looking up teams because I want to. 5 is.
My team right now, Garrett, for this Dynasty League is Bajeen, Brees Hall, Marvin Harrison, Devontae Smith, Sam Laporta, Rashad White, Gibbs, McCarthy, Anthony Richardson, Jamison Williams, Tank Dell, Cade Otton, Tank Bigsby, Justin Herbert.
Dave is also the only person in the league that drafted like 5 quarterbacks last year.
Listen, I like to set myself up for success and have trade bait. Here's Garrett's top 5 since Josh can't think of it. He's going Commanders 5, Ravens 4, Bills 3, Chiefs 2, Lions 1. I think I'd flip-flop a few of those, but I don't disagree.
So this is what I was going to say. Commanders 5. I was going to flip the Ravens and Bills.
I was going to flip. I'm going to go Lions 1, Ravens 2, Chiefs 3, Commanders 4, and Bills 5.
Yeah, that's what I would do. I'd put the undefeated team at 3. But
how long you guys been doing that league for, Garrett? All right, Shay. I think it's time, buddy.
well, we just lost all our listeners.
You want to talk about the Lions?
Yeah, I'll talk about the Lions.
What do you want to talk about first with the Lions?
I guess we've off for the last 2 weeks.
Yeah, we didn't talk the week before when we played
Tennessee.
Yeah, oof. I don't know if we need to talk about that one, but we can briefly.
All I gotta say about that game is our special teams really had a great game that game.
Yeah, I think special teams. I think Khalif Raymond was within 9 yards of setting an NFL record for punt return yards, and he ended up having one called back that was about 56 yards. So,
yeah,
that was the definition of 3 phases of the game being key.
Mm-hmm. Do you want to just go?
Tim Patrick have in that game?
What's that? What?
Just keep going, Shay.
You want to just talk about the Packers game?
No, I want to just briefly talk about the Tennessee game. I mean, obviously, special teams was big. Some crazy stats out of that. Jared Goff had like 72 yards passing at halftime. Our running backs had hardly any yards. I mean, it was just strictly special teams and field position.
We were up 28-7 at halftime.
Yeah, I don't know if I've ever seen a game that was like that embarrassing for the other team. Like I almost felt like the only thing I was worried about is our guys getting out there healthy.
It was weird though, because I mean, Mason Rudolph threw for like 400 and some yards that game.
Yeah, I think first half Mason Rudolph looked like the league MVP.
Yeah,
it looked like he maybe got his brain back from after Myles Garrett bashed him with that helmet a few years back.
He threw that pick on the first drive to Nowoski.
Mm-hmm.
That was a bonehead play on.
Kind of looked like Jordan Love a little bit.
Yeah, actually, yeah. But I mean, as far as it goes with the Lions and Titans game, I mean, the Lions went in there and took care of business. I mean, that was a trap game, but we didn't get trapped. We avoided the trap.
Yeah, I think good teams just come prepared every week and don't overlook people. And, I'm still worried when we hit Jacksonville here in a couple weeks, and then when we hit the Colts, you hope you don't overlook those ones.
All right.
What'd you think of the Packers game?
I mean, the Lions really kind of dominated that game. The Packers wide receivers, I mean, had a lot of drops. Don't get me wrong, and the Packers might be the most undisciplined team in the league. How many penalties do they have? 12?
No, I don't think it was. I think it was 7.
No way, they had more than 7.
The Packers?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I'm gonna go look.
Raymond said Jared Goff MVP leader. Josh, think you need to adjust your fantasy lineup. Looking a little low on projections. This guy, Raymond? This guy right here, MVP?
Ray, manage your own team.
And I guess going into Green Bay, everyone knew it was going to be raining, it was going to be cold, and everyone made a big deal. It was the first game the Lions played outdoors. Blah blah blah, a bunch of shit. And we went in there and took care of business. I mean, Jared Goff, he only threw for 130 yards, 40.
Then how do we give MVP to someone who averages like who just throws like 150?
Josh, we have more touchdowns and incompletions the last 5 weeks.
That's my point, though. Like
The last 30 times
Just
Jared
great
Goff
running
thrown it
backs.
to Amon-Ra St. Brown, he's caught it 30 times in a row.
last 30 balls to him.
Yeah.
What?
It's like a point. What did the stat say? It was like a 0.00005% chance. So like it's like 1 in
what happens when you're a slot guy and all you do is run.
slot merchant.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, he's fucking good at it too.
Real receivers run routes more than one. They got a route tree. That guy, 5 yards, hit me.
I do think it's funny though, like all you see on Twitter and even like Good Morning Football and all these things leading up to that Packers games is Jared Goff can't perform outdoors, Lions can't play outside. They're in a dome all year.
So,
They don't play outside till week 16 again, all these things. And honestly, I think it was a lot closer than what the scoreboard showed. And once again, though, on the flip of that, I think it was a lot further away. Jordan Love had a bonehead throw at the end of the first half that Kirby Joseph picked off for pick six. Kind of made the score a little lopsided. And then, honestly, the second half, I think Jared Goff threw the ball 5 times. And we were pretty conservative, and it was rainy and wet, and we just kind of ran the ball down their throats. And then, defensively, we were kind of bend, don't break. I think they ended up getting in the red zone 4 times, scored 1 touchdown with like 2 minutes left. But honestly, just kind of dominated the whole game, more physical. Ben's already thrown the towel in on Jordan Love. He wants Malik Willis. And honestly, I'm not sure why they weren't playing Malik Willis in that game with it being rainy. Jordan Love looked like he was definitely not 100%.
No.
So
The Packers had 10 penalties.
they did.
Yeah.
Let's talk about that Brian Branch hit. I'm sure a lot of people saw that, online. Definitely deserved a flag. Do you, Josh, think that deserved ejection?
absolutely.
Really?
First question, did you even see it?
No, I didn't actually see that one.
Josh, I got something for you, dude.
Brian Branch is an absolute stud. I didn't see that, but the one, so all I've heard is that was not as bad as the Olave
Jordan
hit.
Poyers.
And Olave, they stayed in the game, and he might be dead. I don't know. I haven't heard.
I would agree with that. But we still would have beat their ass.
I don't know. I think the Lions are.
Don't listen to Ray. He's got a losing record in fantasy football. The guy does not know ball. Okay, he's a Vikings fan. Nuts. But yeah,
I'll say this about the Lions, Dave. Our O-line is so fucking good.
Yeah.
okay.
On the flip of that, our defensive line or defensive ends, which everybody knows, kind of banged up. Like that was hard to watch. Like 0 pass rush.
Okay.
Jordan Love
James
could have sat there and picked us apart. James Houston looks like he should be
so
home.
bad.
I mean, I hope that guy gets traded for some Twinkies and a washing machine or something.
Didn't he have like some career game when he was a rookie and had like 5 sacks or 4?
He had 9 sacks in 7 games or something, and had 3 or 4 of them in one game, and then he snapped his ankle the next year, and like people were so up on him. But I don't know, man. He looks lazy. He's not strong. Gets manhandled.
He is slow as fuck.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know.
Let's get to the trade.
Yeah, I think, like I said, I woke up pretty bricked up on Tuesday morning, for the trade deadline, and then I saw like a pretty cryptic tweet that was Zadarius Smith tweeting like so much hate or something like that, and then it eventually got deleted. And then I believe, what was that, like 20 minutes after that shit, I had texted you that we had traded for Zadarius.
Yeah. The reason he tweeted that was because someone told him that the trade wasn't going to go through.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What do you think about the terms? We ended up getting Zadarius in a 7th for a 5th and a 6th.
I like it. I figured we had to give up more. Honestly, I figured it'd be a fourth.
Well, that's why it took so long. From everything I read, is they were waiting until they got a fourth, and yeah.
But he's gonna help us out.
Well, and
tremendously.
you watch interviews with his teammates and things like that, and he's just the ultimate team guy. Works his butt off, does the right things, and he's got we have like 700,000 we owe him this year. Browns paid 11 mil, and then we have an option to pick him up next year. And who knows if Davenport comes back on a 1-year deal. But if he's across from Hutch, I'm feeling pretty good about that D line.
And DJ Reader and Ali McNeil have been studs the last 2 games.
So that's all I got to say about that.
Who we got this week? The Texans.
Texans, man, they're wearing their sweet all red with the chrome helmets. Sunday
Saw
Night
that.
Football. Josh, who do the Cowboys play?
They don't play this week.
They're on a bye.
Yep.
Are they actually?
Josh, what are you looking at?
Mind your own business, dude.
Are they actually on a bye?
No, I
I
wish.
don't think they're on a bye.
Josh, what are you looking at?
See if it works. I'm working on something here.
All right.
Let me see if this works. Oh, that is not how I say that picture.
What are we zoomed down on there, dude?
Johnson.
Nice
Look at
job,
my,
man.
look
Those
at
are
my
so-
bulge.
It's a nice view.
Look at my bulge.
What the hell?
Here's a good one, Josh. We kind of already hit this. Hopkins goes for 5th. Mingo goes for 4th. And what did
There
Devontae
were,
have for 3rd?
there were a few different things that just, gosh, there were who else was? Yeah, out of the receivers,
Deontay Johnson went to the
Yeah.
Ravens for 5th or 6th.
Yeah, guys, I don't know what to tell you. I absolutely, when I say this, they have broken me. My spirit is
Dude,
broken.
you look like shit right now. I'm not gonna lie to you.
You look
But-
like you look like you did in the 3rd quarter of the Lions and Cowboys game.
Yeah, no. One, I'm a little disappointed. I just spent all that time while you were talking about, and all I get is crotch shots of us. That was supposed to be us.
I'm okay with that.
No, that's not what I wanted. But no, the Cowboys. I actually put money on this when they play the Eagles.
Thought they had a bye week.
No, I wish they had a bye week. I lied. Okay, I lie occasionally. Well,
Quickly,
that was my one free upload is the crotch shot too. So, damn.
quickly, college football. Who's your guys' top 5 right now?
Indiana's gonna win. No,
Top 5. 1. Notre Dame. 2.
Really?
been drinking
Biasly.
tonight?
Biasly Notre Dame.
Been
2.
drinking. So is this if we started the season right now and pretended like they didn't lose earlier in the year?
No, we're saying top 5.
I mean, I think top 5 right now after everything. I think there's almost
Yeah.
every team's lost
But
outside of Oregon and Indiana.
But he said Notre Dame number 1.
I
I
mean,
said
Notre Dame's
bias-
playing
I said
good football
biasly.
right now.
Okay,
They're
let's hear it.
playing
I'll
really
really
good.
interrupt him.
Oh God, I wish you would have.
I'm going to stand on my ground, and I know they're not playing great football right now, but I think when playoffs hit, they will be. I'm still going Texas number 1. I'm actually going to go Ohio State 2, Tennessee 3, Notre Dame 4, and Oregon 5.
How many losses did Notre Dame have? Just the one?
Just 1,
Yeah.
which is still like a crazy loss. Like you look at that other team's record and like who they've played and lost to, it's like, how did they drop that one?
Because we couldn't throw the ball.
Here's
Can't now.
here's boners. You got Oregon 1, Ohio State 2, Georgia 3, Penn State 4, Tennessee 5.
I don't think Penn State I don't know what their schedule looks like, but I don't think Penn State's that good.
If Ohio State would have lost that game to Penn State, would they be out?
Oh yeah,
They would have.
I think so because I don't know, man.
But how do you lose to 2 top 5 teams?
Hey,
and
Raven, take
do
this
that?
comment and shove it where the sun don't shine. Respectfully.
No, I agree with her though.
Thank you, Dave.
You're welcome, Shay.
Still haven't seen Raven. Still live in Arizona.
Yes, thank you, Raymond.
This Raymond guy, who is he?
One,
Well, how about this then, Shay? Are you optimistic about Notre Dame getting past the first round of the playoffs?
the way they're playing, I think they could get to
To the dance?
I think they could get to the semis at least. Dude, their defense is playing lights out, and they can actually throw the football now. Riley Leonard just figured out 3 weeks ago how to throw a football, and he's been really, really good.
It took 4 weeks for him to throw his first touchdown pass.
Yeah, and we have, I would say, the third best running back in the league or in the nation right now.
You're putting him after the Iowa guy and
I
Genty?
put the Iowa guy, Genty, and then Jeremiah Love. Go watch the film. He is a dog.
Penn State, Notre Dame, first round, Happy Valley. Who wins?
Notre Dame by a million.
We got our
There's a
What's
bunch.
up, Jace?
Oh, we got our AWL in here.
About time. About time that guy showed
Welcome
up.
back, dude. Welcome back.
There's a bunch of tweets right now because the prediction is Notre Dame will play in Penn State. Thank you for being so precise, Raven. I really appreciate that.
Yeah, Jace, we were actually worried about you. We sent the police might be showing up soon because we did end up sending a wellness check to the garage.
Jace had some friends over for beers earlier, so
Yeah, it sounded like there were some weird noises coming last night when Trump won or something like that. I don't know what was going on there. That was just a report we got here in Florida.
Jace is just beating himself up, max volume to Trump.
He's not participating in November, huh?
No, God, no.
All right, I think we're done with the college talk. It took too long for you to get your top 5 out, dude.
Well, because I want to say Georgia, but
Georgia's not top 5.
no, but I want to say them, but if Florida had what the hell's his name?
Yeah, Lagway, DJ Lagway.
If they had him, they were not going to lose that game. I mean,
I hope he stays because that kid's a stud, man.
he is a stud. I mean, Florida has the last 4 weeks they've looked really good.
Yeah, well, ever since we went to that game.
Yeah. And I think does Georgia play Ole Miss this weekend?
You tell me Florida's a top 5 team, Shay?
No. If they
How
would have started,
how about top 50?
I'll give you top 50, yeah.
Top 25?
No.
40.
Yeah.
All right.
Right now?
Yeah.
Well, if they have Lagway, top 40 for sure.
All right.
You know who is not in the top 50? The Nebraska Cornhuskers. Right, Jace. He's being a keyboard warrior right now. I can hear him typing from here. Did you see the end of that game at all?
Which game? The Nebraska game?
Yeah. It was the most Nebraska way to lose a game ever.
Who were they even playing? They shouldn't have been in the game, right? And they're
UCLA, who was 3-6.
I didn't see it.
They Nebraska was down by 6 with the chance to go down and win it, or maybe to tie it. Doesn't make a difference. And they're on the 40-yard line, and Raiola threw one up, and he threw it into double coverage. It bounced off one guy's hands, was falling to the ground. The guy kicked it. It bounced off a face mask, and UCLA picked it off.
Jeez. Who did they play the week before, though? I thought that was a game they shouldn't have been in. They were battling.
Ohio State, wasn't it?
Oh, was that?
Ohio State, yeah.
That's right. And they had a chance.
Yeah, that's
till the
why I
very
don't think Ohio State's that good. Because look what Indiana did to fucking Nebraska the week before, 56-7.
dismantle them. Yeah.
I think I do. I don't. It's kind of bold, but I do think Indiana's legit.
So explain how does an Indiana all of a sudden, like, I get it.
Because their coach,
Well, I
Culture,
get
but
it, but
they got a new coach in there, and he
the
got
coach
like
is pissing hot.
How long's he
25
been
dudes
there?
out of the transfer portal, and everywhere.
Google it.
He said it.
Just
Thank you,
Google
Jace.
it.
The top 4, like the 4 teams that get a bye, is he just wins. Look him up.
Yeah.
The top 4, like the teams that get a bye, is going to be really interesting because there's like a log jam. And
Did that
The-
first projection come out the other day of that?
yesterday, yeah,
Did you send that to us?
I don't think so.
Somebody did.
Well,
She
I
doesn't
think it's
share anything with us.
Oregon is the one. I'll go find it right now. Yes, he did. Kurt Signetti.
Okay, well, you're looking that up. Is SDSU winning another title, or are they? Because the NDSU game didn't look great.
Well,
Then they barely beat USD, right?
Yeah, they went to overtime.
Yeah.
Okay.
The fact that there's
Oregon,
two-
Georgia, Miami, and BYU are projected to have at large.
Do you think? Do you guys think that Texas is still legit?
Yeah, I do.
You think they can still win a national championship?
they're too talented
Yeah.
to not be a contender there.
I think they got the most talent on any team.
It's just whether or not they.
I do too. I think they have the best
Football.
receiving core in the nation.
And that's with losing Xavier Worthy.
Yes. Well, they lost Xavier Worthy and picked up Isaiah Bond, so it's kind of the same. I mean, a very similar player. And Isaiah Bond has like the coolest celebration of all time.
No. Shay, really? Are you serious?
Did you see how that started?
Yes.
Oh, my Siri is going nuts.
Jesus Christ.
Siri saw it. Siri saw how it started.
Did you see how that started? That celebration?
Yeah, wasn't it somebody from
Incarnate Word.
yeah.
He scored like a 70-yard bomb. He just pulled that out of his ass. He's the only one in the end zone and just stands on his head. I don't know. That college football thing's kind of got me thinking.
I don't know. We'll hit college football more next week. Let's Shay, you got a good quote for us?
Yes, I do.
Really?
Yep.
About time.
Hey, Jay says sit up straight, buddy.
Jace, you can suck my.
Hey.
Stop it.
So if you got a quote, say it.
Yeah, don't be nervous. Say it with your
Wayne
chest.
Wayne Gretzky once said, "You miss 100% of the shots you don't take."
I thought that was Michael.
I think Kobe said that.
It was definitely Wayne Gretzky.
Google it, dude.
My phone's dead.
Hmm.
But for real, it's Wayne Gretzky. Look it up, Dave.
I believe you, dude. I bet this guy doesn't have any quotes. I bet that this guy does.
Oh yeah, he does.
They're both 28. 28 plus 28 is 56.
That's
How
a
old are,
solid
how old
quote.
are his running backs? Are they 28 or 30? What did he say? 32? I don't know. How old are they?
Who?
Well, that was Jerry did the math on adding Cook and Zeke's age up. That was his quote.
I mean, I think it was a savvy move to add some vets that have been in the league and know how to, handle themselves and
But you
make
can't have all vets that have been in the league.
Yeah, but just make sure you have the right guys that are good for your locker room and make it to meetings on time and don't miss games for being
No, that's
suspended.
wise. It's a great step.
guys in there to lead by example.
Yeah, it's a great step. Great step.
The Cowboys should bring in JC Anetta.
Yeah.
True.
I cannot imagine how great of a locker room guy that guy was.
Listen, Merritt said nothing but bad things about that guy in the locker room. I mean, that guy was pulling things out of places that I can't discuss on the Black Hills Boys podcast, but
I can't believe he looked like that at some point.
you can imagine this guy was a problem.
You guys never knew someone could look that good, huh? Man, that's that hair.
I'm gonna see Jace tomorrow night. We're gonna.
Very nervous of what he's saying to him, man, about his locker room attitude or just how good he looked. Dave,
Me and Jace are going to the local bar in town tomorrow.
I'm excited for you guys.
Thank you.
For Ben's fact, since Ben's more concerned with lifting tonight and the Packers hurt his feelings, so he didn't want to come on the show. He's kind of like Aaron Rodgers on the Pat McAfee show. He just kind of shows up when he wants to. But
We just
for
hope
his,
they-
for his sports fact, I think Shay already stole it, but I was just going to talk about that. Amon St. Brown having the 30 straight catches when targeted. And I don't have the actual numbers, but it's like 0.0000007% chance of ever happening. So shout out Amon, shout out Jared Bobby.
JG16.
Golf is the future. A little motivation for you. The happiness in your life depends on the quality of your thoughts. So the happiness in your life depends on the quality of your thoughts. So if I wake up with a negative mindset or something's pissing me off, maybe we didn't go get Za'Darius on Tuesday morning and I want to just punch a hole in the wall, right? I'm going to flip that mindset and have good thoughts in my head, positivity, all those things, and go through the day instead of letting little things piss me off and bother me. My thoughts are going to be positive and the quality of my life will be positive.
I
That's my motivation.
wouldn't say I have negative thoughts. Dirty thoughts.
Yeah, but buddy, it's November. I mean, we're all vulnerable at this point of our lives
True.
right now. I mean, you
agree.
talk to Phil Jagowski. I don't know if this guy's 6 days in his entire life since he figured out,
He's
certain
starting
parts
to,
of the body.
he's starting to smell shapes.
He's starting to scare me. And I can, if he makes it, dude, if he makes it to 10 days in November, I might have to take a special trip back to South Dakota because I'm slightly concerned about the guy.
I'm very concerned about him.
You're welcome,
Yes,
James.
sir.
I said that just for you, Josh.
Turns
Hawkins
to
said it for
normal
you.
business. What did he say?
Don't worry about it, buddy.
Well, Phil concerns me on like a daily basis, let alone this month and this stretch he's on.
I can't believe he's held out for this long.
Well, I mean, the guy went from trying to win a championship for most nuts to trying to hold out for least. So I got to commend him for his efforts, to be honest with you.
And honestly, it was a shocker he didn't win.
I can't believe he didn't win.
I can believe it, man. Yogi's got
He is an animal.
Yogi's got a pretty special trophy at home that him and Claire really earned. Shout out Yogi. All right, Josh, give us some segment.
Oh. For all the kids listening, don't pick your favorite football team based off of your older brother who got to watch them when he was probably just starting to watch football, win a few Super Bowls, and also they were in the Little Giants, and he probably thought they won in that movie. So don't follow just because your brother does it, because the next 29 years of your life, misery. That's all I felt. And you guys continue to rub it in.
See, I used to like the team my brother likes, but then I grew up. I matured.
Oh, here, let me add something to that then also. Don't be a bandwagoner. Once you're on the ship, don't abandon it. All right?
Amen, man.
Be loyal.
I am loyal. Loyal.
Josh, you're the most uneducated Cowboys fan I've ever met in my life. Respectfully.
What do you mean?
You didn't even know who they were playing this week.
The Eagles. I bet on it yesterday.
You got problems.
No, it was like $12. I had like
Episode
the
7 is turning into an intervention.
Mm-hmm.
well, I just believe in the Red Rocket.
I'm going to pray
baby.
for you.
The Red
We're
Rocket.
worried about you.
Guys.
Oh, here you go.
Ooh.
Well, if it wasn't the Lions, because I always tell these guys I would I support them. Once Cowboys are done, I support them. But if it wasn't them, if I had to jump on, I would say the Ravens. I love what they're about. Ever since Ray Lewis, Ed Reed, Terrell Suggs, Palete Nata. Yeah, dude. I love the Ravens, so I'd go there.
See you, Ray.
Hey, Ray. I think I
Josh.
should be in bed.
Josh, you should start being a Nebraska fan.
No. I've the first like national championship I ever watched was Miami winning back in the day, like early 2000s. And I kind of liked Miami after that because that's kind of how I chose my teams back then. That's how I'm a Duke fan. I think, gosh, I don't even know how long ago that was when I watched. But then I quit watching them because they sucked. And so I just not gone back to college football. So I was also a Boise fan a little bit, but then they missed some field goals. And I don't need that extra pain in my life. The Cowboys do enough to me.
Thanks, Josh.
Yeah,
Thanks, John.
sorry.
I think that's all we
Sorry,
got.
Sorry to bring you guys down.
Good, Shay. End the show. You just depressed me, dude.
Yeah.
You want me to end the show?
Yeah, give us some positivity first.
Thanks for coming.
It's November. Thanks for coming.